Hello everyone, it is Friday, February 22nd. This is Liam McMahon with the Daily Moving Average video. We're going to talk about a little bit of what happened this past week, why the Canadian dollar got whacked this morning, and then look at some setups for next week. So please take a moment to pause the recording and read the risk disclaimer, and then we'll get started. Okay, so let's start with euro dollar. It's the sort of big story of the week. This is the daily chart of euro dollar. You can see the euro on the 20th was as high as 134.32. We're now trading nearly 300 pips lower at 131.65. We're currently testing this 100-day EMA. What killed the euro was a variety of things. Weak GDP numbers, a more hawkish Fed, which boosted the dollar, bad PMI numbers, also really hurt the euro, and then this morning specifically, which sort of erased this rally that you see here on today's daily candle, was a really disappointing LTRO repayment by European banks. So all in all, we've driven the euro lower. You can see here, this is a fairly clear head and shoulders pattern that is in the process of playing itself out. We have some room to the downside still. I have roughly, in this green circle, is where I'm looking for targets, I guess, where I would expect this pattern to play out to. It's almost the measured move, not quite, but almost. And we also have the 200-day EMA sitting here, right around 130.50. Very much expect or at least significant possibility the euro is going to trade that level next week, depending on how we finish against this 100-day EMA, which we're pressing into right now. Looking for rallies next week to short for a move down to here. This red circle represents a great opportunity to take a short, as it's a retest of the neckline and the 50-day EMA, which would again then have targets of 130.50 or so. So lots of possibilities on euro dollar for next week, but mostly to the short side, at least for now. Pound Kiwi, favorite setup of mine, continues to be a favorite setup because we continue to trade within this flag. Looking for opportunities to sell at the top of the flag or sell a break below the flag. As long as we're under 184, basically 185, pressure is significantly to the downside. A break above 185 would open up a little bit more upside as we sort of clear these recent swing lows. But it looks not great for pound Kiwi right now. I suspect that we may get another steep sell-off sometime soon. Euro pound, choppy here near the highs. Sold off like the rest of the euro pairs did. We're below this trend line, maybe neckline, if you want to call this the left shoulder and the head. We need a longer right shoulder, but we could get one next week. Standing over here, we'll redraw the neckline. This 100 period EMA will have to go, but a move down to 85 or 84 seems like it could be in the offing, depending on how the situation, the euro situation, plays itself out. Pound CAD, not my favorite pair, actually maybe my least favorite pair to trade, but it is a pretty setup. The top of the channel and major moving average confluence comes in right here around 158. So if we rally that high, it seems like an attractive short opportunity with a good risk reward. The CAD has gotten pretty whacked across the board this morning on weak retail sales and CPI. Just contributing to the wash of bad Canadian data that's come out of late. Dollar CAD, which we won't look at today because there's not really an attractive setup on it right now, has gotten hit pretty hard, and it's driven CAD crosses higher against the CAD really all over. Euro CAD, another example of this, trading right in the middle of this wedge. I like to buy it down here and sell it down here. When we're in the middle, I'll sort of wait and see what we get. CAD yen, weak on the day, nice little mini rally here, failed to close below these lows, so we could get a little bit of a squeeze higher, bounce off the daily pivot, but still sort of capped by this trend line. Seems to me that it will remain so. 91.50 looks like a good level to try to sell if we rally that high. Euro yen, on the other hand, a little bit more clear, in a very nice, precise channel, downward sloping channel. Buying opportunity at 122.20, about 60 pips lower, for a possible bull flag breakout, really, which would take us well above 130. On the other hand, you could always look to sell at 125 when we get up there. Moving average resistance, a couple places here, 124.33 and then 124 could offer resistance on any rallies as well. Kiwi dollar pulling back here from this moving average and fib confluence. This major trend line here, sitting right now around 83.30 or so, is a huge level. As long as this trend line's intact, we should be bouncing off of it. If we manage to close below, it could open up some fairly significant downside on Kiwi dollar. And finally, Euro Aussie. We are sitting at a major inflection point for Euro Aussie, right here on the top of this triangle and 50-day EMA. We broke hard within the triangle on that LTRO sell-off, but now it depends on where we close the day. Ideally, from just a risk-reward statement or point of view, fall back down to 126.46 or so would be a great opportunity to try to get long off this trend line and moving average support, should we get down that far. A failure to close, if we manage to close above 128 today, which looks moderately unlikely right now, but still certainly possible, would really call into question bearish conviction. We could see a squeeze higher to start the week next week. So that's what I've got for you today. Enjoy your weekend, and I will talk to you on Sunday.